cope with this if I got you? Lay me down to sleep, just like they said. Lay me down to sleep, I need some rest.
That is Rob and Sarah Skinner from the Red Dirt Skinners. They join us in studio. They're on their Canadian tour of so far played 4 shows. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Great
thanks
to have
for having
you.
us.
I love watching artists watch themselves on the monitor. You're both looking at each other going, that's us, I think. Yeah, we're not too bad there. Hey, congratulations on the 5th album. You guys have had an amazing career so far. First, Sarah, how did you and Rob meet? I understand you met back in 2009?
Yeah, I put an advert out for a bass player.
Okay.
And ended up with a husband.
Ended up with a husband. So you married in 2012, and I guess that's when you decided we're going to put a band together, right?
We already had a few things going before that, but as the Red Dirt Skinners, it's been just since 2012.
And Rob, a lot of success over the years already. Tell us a little bit about some of the highlights so far for the Red Dirt Skinners.
Meeting Sarah. That was my highlight. Okay, now
that is a great highlight.
I've said that bit now.
Bonus point.
Highlights. Well, certainly our first Canadian tour last summer. What else have we been up to? Well, what else has been a highlight?
Well, a couple of amazing awards, Sarah. You were the first, as I understand it, to succeed at the British Blues Awards and the British Country Music Awards.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Obviously, you play in many different genres of music.
Well, we just tend to write stuff. We never really think about what genre it is, and it just comes out. And sometimes it's blues, it might be country, it might be folk, and people define it differently. So yeah, we did okay. We won at the British Blues Awards a couple of years ago, and we did well at the British Country Awards as well. So people don't seem to know what genre it is, but.
I love how Sarah says it too. We did okay. You know, we just won a couple of awards. Sarah.
I love the way she says we won. She won. I didn't win nothing.
At that time. Rob, you mentioned you had your first tour in Canada last year.
Yeah.
You guys fell in love with Canada. What do you love about this country?
Well, aside from the people, we come from England, so it's not hard to meet some spectacular people in Canada. The scenery, the space. I mean, in the UK, there's 60 million people.
Right.
And in Canada, you've got half that in the country this size, you know, so you've got space to spread your arms and without having your feet trampled on all the time. And yeah, the response we've had from the shows we've done has just been crazy. People have just been so friendly, so, you know, appreciative, and they seem to like what we're doing. So yeah, long may it last.
Sarah, the new album's called Behind the Wheel. What was the inspiration behind the songs on this album?
Well, the album's called Behind the Wheel because it's 9 original songs about people we've either met on tour or people we've met in our local bar back home, which is called The Wheel. So it just seemed to fit perfectly.
Very nice. And I imagine you've met quite a few characters over the years. Do we see any of those characters show up in some of your songs?
It's mostly positive songs, but obviously on the road we meet a fair few interesting people. So there's a couple of songs about people that we're not so glad we met.
Really interested to find out from you. This is the first time you've been in the province of Quebec, and I was telling you, Montreal, you know, the support that they have for artists in this city is absolutely unbelievable. Have you played one of your shows in Quebec yet, Rob? Or do you have
No,
one
the next one is Sunday in Quebec.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our first Quebec show, yeah.
So when you put together an album, the two of you as the Red Dirt Skinners, is it a collaboration of songwriting? How does it work, Sarah?
I tend to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning with an idea in my head. I don't know where it comes from, it just arrives. And I'll write, I'm no guitarist by any stretch of the imagination, so I'll write a vague idea of how I want the song to go, and I'll put some lyrics down. And Rob will come along and tidy it up.
Okay.
Embellish the chords, make it more interesting, and finger pick and do something a bit more than I can possibly imagine doing on the guitar.
You're both multi-talented. You play various instruments. What instruments do we see on this new album?
Well, we've got our usual live sound, which is 6 sounds of 2 vocals, saxophone obviously, there's harmonica in there as well. So on the albums I do all the percussion and drums, bass and guitar. And I try my best to do as much of that as I can in the live shows, but I run out of arms pretty quickly. What else? There's no. I don't think there's anything else, is there?
Do you collaborate with other artists when you put together an album, or you do it all on
just
your
us.
own? So
Yeah, we do everything on our own. It's easy that way. No one else gets involved.
now, so you produce it, you record it yourselves as
Yeah.
well. Do you have a recording studio at home?
Yeah.
then?
We have our own studio.
unbelievable.
Yeah. It's very easy. Yeah.
Well,
Which is great.
congratulations on all your success so far. Do
Thank
you
you.
have any future plans? You're working on a 6th album right now?
Not yet.
No,
We're just
we're
kind of
taking a break.
relishing the press that we're getting for Behind
Okay.
the Wheel at the moment. But yeah, touring Canada, we hope to be back in the fall.
Okay.
We've got a fair few UK shows this year, and just see what happens next.
Well, and I noticed as well the reviews of the album have been absolutely spectacular
We
so
are
far. So
thrilled.
yeah, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all your success.